Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Football Manager Journeyman. We are in a new job, our second job ever. We signed at Salford at the end of the last episode after about 6+ months of lack of jobs. Nobody approached me, nobody directly wanted me and chose me, so I waited a bit and then started approaching other people. We had 3 interviews at 3 different clubs. We had one at Wigan, we had one at Metz, we had one at Heronvane, and we were rejected for all of those. But we applied for Salford, and Salford we have gotten. There is still a few jobs that we actually applied for that on paper it still says that we're in the running for, but obviously Lincoln and Accrington now will not be our concern. We are concerned solely with Salford, who have another game in 5 days' time. I'm in this first opening bit. It's probably going to take quite a while to go through and just get set up. So we're going to look at the squad, have a look at what we've got, what the financial situation is like, what the playing staff is looking like, what the managerial staff is looking like. Then we can start advancing forward and starting life here at Salford. But drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any more. Follow the link in the description to Twitch so you can stay up to date with everything that happens here on the channel. And, of course, watch these streams in their full entirety live. And I'm going to divert my attention now to the Twitch chat, and we can crack on. Firstly, financial situation at the club. They yo-yo horrendously, so we are going to have to do quite a bit to try and stabilise the income here. We have a substantial amount of wage budget available, though, and some transfer budget, which is good news. But the wage budget is quite substantial. So, considering what they're paying for their current squad, which looks quite big already. So, we could very well improve in January, should we be able to do the right things in the transfer market. So, first things first, we've got some unregistered players as well for some reason. Probably because they're not quite good enough, I imagine, and they just haven't been involved in the squad. Have a look. They can only have a maximum of 20 players in League 2. What? That's why they're unregistered then. Yeeks. Right, so in goal, currently unregistered 30-year-old Jamie Butler is transferring to Gillingham on the 2nd of January. So that is already taken out of our hands. He is off and leaving, signed for free. And that transfer deal is done for £3,200. So he's gone. We currently have James Hilson in on loan. He's on loan from Arsenal. Has played 17 games, conceded 18 goals and got 7 clean sheets. Shouts #1 goalkeeper to me. Ross Stewart is our backup. He's not been too bad either. So we're all right there. Goalkeeper seems pretty solid to me already. At right back, quite a few options here. We have loads of options at right back. So let's just work our way through the squad then. Liam McGing. Quick. Not much technically, but decent mentally to be fair to him. Only 5 crossing. Really not the best technically at all, but has been... not a regular, but, well, to be fair, probably a regular. How many games have been played in League 2 now? 21. He's started 10. He's got good heading, though. 17 jumping reach. I tell you what, he might be decent at centre-back as well with that jumping reach. And that acceleration is decent too, and the heading's good. Okay, it's a player that could potentially be utilised in a number of different positions. Ashley Eastham is a centre-back who has great mentals. Quite slow, though. Hasn't been featured that much at all this season, but does have a history of being used quite a lot here at Salford. So, someone to keep in mind. James Clark, playing a lot of football, started every single game so far. He too is quite slow, but has good mentals, decent technicals, decent enough technicals. Signed him from Walsall and has been solid so far this season. This side isn't really underperforming that much. They're only 4 points off the playoffs. So why the manager was sacked is beyond me. They must have gone on a really horrendous run of form, which to be fair they did, and that's why the manager was sacked. And they have since turned it around a little bit. Hopefully we can continue that turnaround. There's Liam Doyle at centre-back as well. Also slow and aging at 30. They've got a lot of older players. Obviously defenders do tend to come into their prime later in their career, but still a lot of old slow defenders here. 19-year-old Cherney Ando. It's not really featured much at all and isn't that good. He's definitely one to send out on loan, I think, again. He's only played 1 game, so I will immediately add him to the loan list. Luke Bolton, a right back. More of a right winger, evidently, by those stats. A right mid or a right winger. Quick. One of the best wingers in the club, apparently. Played 18 games, so the majority of them. Mikhail Alphonse is a right back and looks best suited to playing in that position, really. And could be a good forward-thinking right back, too. Average rating is 7.23. He looks like he's been having a very good effect for Salford this season. Signed on a free. 3 goals, 3 assists from presumably right back. Is very impressive. Jason Lowe. No. Transfer list, I think. Maybe difficult finding it because of his wage demands. Well, we'll add him to the transfer list. We'll see what happens. He's on £2.5 a week. That is a lot. Alex Perver. He's transfer listed. He's wanted by a couple of teams. I can understand why. Quite happy for him to stay on the transfer list. And to hopefully, actually what we could do, because he's already on the transfer list, we can just offer him to clubs and see what offers we get. Toure at left back. Very solid for League 2. Very solid indeed for League 2. 27 years of age. Been at Salford for a number of years and looks like a very solid, reliable player. Emmanuel Longelo. Also a left back. More so than a left winger. But definitely backup. Only 21 though. Supposedly has really good potential. Not sure I see that. Played a big squad role last year. Signed for free from West Ham. I don't know about him. So the centre-backs are old and slow. The right-backs are decent. The left-backs are... Well, starting left-back is okay. Thanks for following, Maxi. In central midfield, we have Connor Thomas, who in the right areas looks okay, but everywhere else is pretty poor. So that might be a sale there for Connor Thomas. Hiram Boateng is very good, and but physically just doesn't have it. Oh, performing well though. 5 assists in 17 starts is good. Not sure. Harry Pritchard. Yeah, probably a wider player. Because of the crossing stats. Mentally looks okay. Physically he's alright. 5'9". Probably best suited to being out wide. Ashley Hunter. Another wide player. He's definitely suited to being out wide. Thank you very much. Philippe for the 4th month. It's a shame not every team has a Salem. You're not wrong. We might have our own Samar Salem here at Salford though. We'll find out in due course. Only 8 passing is really poor. But he's got great crossing and dribbling, and his first touch is pretty average. Okay. This squad does need a lot of work. Callum Ainley. Supposedly one of the best players at the club. On the left or the right. Not sure. James Wilson. He'll be a striker, obviously. 6 goals in 20 games this season. 10 in 32 last year. 9 the year before. So not prolific, but certainly a decent goal scorer. Callum Ainley's got 7 assists. Callum Ainley apparently is one of the best creative players the club has right now. Will Swan is in on loan, although he's not necessarily scoring that much. We may play a 4-4-2 here. Ian Henderson is transfer listed. He doesn't have the physicals. He's 37 now. Wow. 37 Ian Henderson. That is a career, though. And has been a good goal scorer for them, to be fair, the past 2 years. But those physicals just not going to cut it anymore, I don't think. Isaac Buckley-Ricketts. 24 years of age, has got the physicals, but technically lacking. Technically lacking. 1 start, 15 sub appearances, 3 goals. And Brandon Thomas Asante isn't currently registered. But isn't that dissimilar from Isaac Buckley-Ricketts, really? So the squad needs a lot of work. Definitely needs a lot of work. But bear in mind, we did ask the board to look for a parent club, and they are doing so. Search for a senior affiliate has begun. We've got a lot of players in their last year's contract though, so we're certainly going to have to consider offering some new deals around before we get to the January transfer window, so we know exactly how much money we've got to spend. Right, okay, so let's then... What formation do you think I should play? Thank you for the follow, Jack. What formation do you think we should play 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1. They have recently been playing a 4-4-2 in the games that they've been winning. They won with a 4-4-2. They won with a 4-4-2. They lost with a 4-2-3-1. They lost with a 4-2-3-1. So it looks like 4-4-2 is the formation that is getting the best out of this squad. They were previously playing a 4-2-3-1 and it wasn't working. They switched to a 4-4-2 and it's working. So that's solved that conundrum. We know that we are going to be playing a 4-4-2. So then my first team 11. I don't even know who else to have on the bench, to be honest. To be fair, Will Swan will probably start. Well, actually, Will Swan will probably go on the bench when he's not injured. How long is he out for? Another 8 days to 3 weeks. Fair enough. So let's just put Ashley Eastham on the bench for now then. So we've got a right back, a left back, a centre mid, a winger, and a striker. Okay, so that's going to be our starting 11 for the next game against Wigan. Right. Yeah, I swapped the left mid around, Jonesy, because we forgot. Because Callum Ainley was supposedly so bad at left mid, I didn't put him in, but he's been one of their most creative players, so I'm going to leave him there on the left-hand side. Jay Meggins with a 3rd month as well. Thank you very much for committing to the channel for your hat-trick month. Squad Dynamics introduction. So, remember when we started at 1860 Munich and everybody hated me? Here, we've started and the players are already average. It's early days, the players are waiting to see what direction we take the club. So, they're happy enough for me to be in charge. I will introduce myself to the squad. Wanted to take the opportunity to introduce myself to you as the new SALFORD manager. I know that many of you may not have heard of me, so I want to personally introduce myself to you as the new SALFORD manager. Welcome. It's what you do here that counts, so nobody will judge you based on your reputation. That's very good of them. That's very good of them indeed. Squad-wise, I'm not going to promise anything there. Youth and transfers. I could promise to look at younger players. I could say I'm prepared to accept suitable offers for any of you if they come in and you want to leave. Can't say I'm too bothered. Okay, fair enough. And I'm willing to give opportunities to younger players. Okay, that'll do for now. And then top half, I think we'll say. Top half. Okay, good. They're pleased with me saying that we'll aim for top half. So morale has actually taken a nice spike upwards there, which is good news. Morale is very important, as you well know, for ensuring that a squad performs to its best. Let me ask if I can go on a coaching course, please. That would be lovely if they let me go on a coaching course this early on. And the answer is yes. They are letting me go on a coaching course to get a Continental B license. It will take 6 months. It will be finished by the end of the season. Vamos. And Wrexham have offered 15.5k, the asking price. Let's go. That's positive news. Mallorca got promoted last night, did they? Let's go. Fantastic news for them. Cambridge in League 1 in this save now, currently 19th. Disappointed to tell you that Cambridge United got relegated in the Barrow save, unfortunately. We are now approaching our first game in charge at Wigan. They couldn't find me a senior affiliate. Are you sure, Gary? You're supposed to be the one man that has all of the connections. Balls. That would have been very important for us. Wants me to significantly change around the side that I've initially selected. Wigan are favourites for this. Wigan are favourites, although only just. Our first game then. Wigan at home. Team selection we've already done. I could move Ainley forward a bit, try and get him more involved in the play. We'll try that. Even though we're training him as a left mid. No, I want him to play there. We'll see how well he plays. It's the first game, so it's kind of like a trial, isn't it? I'm happy enough with that first team squad. Let's see what we can do. I want I want a good performance. I'm not necessarily too fussed about the overall result. I just want them to show that they can be decent. They won their last game by 2-0, so it makes sense to say carry on where you left off. And we'll wait and see what we do here against Wigan Athletic. A side that turned us down for the job earlier in the season. Wigan currently 17th, Salford currently 11th, although there is only 4 points between the two of us. Turn around sooner rather than later. Certainly going to be a chance against, I think. It's excellent football by Wigan, and it is. Our first ever highlight as Salford City manager is a goal conceded. Lovely. Great. To be fair, it's a very good goal. I mean, that's almost unplayable, isn't it? It's that good. Thank you for the follow, Waven. That's poor from them. Given away, and if Wilson can find the pass, or even just a solo run, that leads to an equalising goal immediately. Encourage. A mistake from Wigan, and they've instantly let us back in the game less than 2 minutes after we conceded. We're back level. Mistake from press. Rather ironically, got pressed and gave away the ball. James Wilson, is this 2014? No, it's 2022 and he's scoring goals for Salford. That's a long way out. Right. Right. Right, okay. So that happened. Keeps! Oh, what are you doing, mate? That was lovely, that was. Oh, I really enjoyed it. That was fantastic. Hunt with a corner. Oh, off the bar from Clark. I'll say it unlucky. Just one of those days today. I'll try and keep morale up when we first arrive. Keep a positive atmosphere. I don't want to just arrive after a manager's got in a sack and be like, that was a bit shit, wasn't it, lads? I want them to like me. If they like me, they'll play for me, and if they play for me, we'll do well. What was the club vision with signings? Maximum 1-year contract on players over the age of 32. That's it. That's fine. Quite happy with that. I won't be able to ask for a senior affiliate again for a little while. How long do you have to wait between senior affiliate requests? It's a few months, isn't it, I think? Whoa, Danny Batt would be insane, apparently. That might be an absolute no-brainer. Jimmy Knowles. We'll wait and see what his stats look like before we make a decision. But he did bang them in the Conference North. Let's go play Walsall. Eh? Vamos. Go to match. They're second in the league. We're probably going to get battered. But I'll tell them to show me what they can do against a side of this quality. And I'll probably be disappointed with the result. But we'll wait and see. Wait and see. Finishing mid-table shouldn't be too much of an issue for us this season. It's going to be the getting promoted next season that's going to be the really difficult thing. But we've had an okay first half. We've come in and they're not playing badly. I'll just say unlucky things haven't gone well for us so far. I didn't quite get the reaction I was hoping for, but we'll wait and see what happens in the second half. Drawing 0-0 against third place Walsall at home. However, we could have a goal from this free kick if Toure decides to bend this into the top corner. Which he's done! Ibu Toure! Daniel Vine territory becomes Ibu Toure territory. What a goal! What a free kick that is. Oh, I was just about to praise them, but now there's an immediate highlight, so I'm a little bit nervous again. First game was a 2-1 defeat to Wigan, unfortunately, but we were competitive in it at least. Wilson should recover that. He works hard for the team. I have been impressed with James Wilson so far, I have to be honest. And if he and Buckley Ricketts... Oh, that's excellent football. It's going to be disallowed for offside, but that would have been a wonderful second. I am still going to praise the boys for going 1-0 up, however. Wilson and Buckley Ricketts are making quite a good partnership. They're so tight, but it's probably the right call. Thanks for the follow, Andrew. 20 minutes to go. Come on. Let's hold on, lads, shall we? Let's hold on. Or even get a second. The Italian job, yeah, definitely. Buckley Ricketts, can he get the turn and the shot? He can, and he's buried it. 2-0 Salford. Let's go. Could we be on the fringes of our first victory here at the club? And now you don't need it. Oh, piss. Dan Scar pulls one back for Walsall from the corner. Nathan Wood with a delivery. Was it Nathan Wood or Connor Wood? I can't remember. Good goal, though. Conceding from corners, certainly, yes, Connor Wood. Let's see Wood. Huh. Try and waste some time. This is where Walsall do their whole, oh, we're one of the best sides in the league and we're going to win it late on or equalise late on. Or Buckley Ricketts could run past everybody and bury it and make it 3-1 and we'll definitely get all 3 fucking points. Let's go! What a run for Buckley Ricketts. Glad we decided to play 4-4-2 and put him up top alongside James Wilson. Thank you for the follow, Wayne Rooney69. Our first points as Salford boss, our first win as Salford boss will come at home against promotion chasing Walsall. Buckley Ricketts is proving to be a very decent player so far. Thank you very much indeed for your brace, sir. Those 2 goals are what have given us the win. Nice. Very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Can't not be. We didn't get sacked at 1860. No, we resigned at the end of the season, Steve. I mean, Buckley Ricketts has proven himself to be quite capable, but it would be nice to have Will Swan on the bench. Right, Cheltenham away. How's everybody's fitness? All right so far. Well, don't change a winning side, they say. So I guess... Oh, Hiram Boateng's available. Okay, I'll put Hiram Boateng on the bench for Jason Lowe. But we haven't changed the winning 11, at least. We haven't changed the winning 11. Right. See if you can do it again, lads. I know we're away this time, but Cheltenham aren't having a very good season, so it's still a winnable game playing in the changed black strip. Colclough. Oh, it's a mistake. The defender missed it. The defender in the middle went to clear it and just swang and missed at thin air. Or swung and missed at thin air. Woof. Ah. Misjudged the flight, I believe is the phrase. Now, annoyingly, Luke Bolton is tired. Luke Bolton is supposedly one of the best players we have at the club. His stamina seems to be pretty rubbish. He's always tired, annoyingly. Haven't lost in 8 years, but it's a washed-up league because there's only 3 other professional teams. Yeah, I've never managed in Northern Ireland, to be honest, so I have absolutely no idea how the league works, but it doesn't sound like it's too good. We've lost there, so I'll tell him I'm not happy with it. Which it can't be. We had plenty of chances to win that game by 2 or 3 goals. We didn't score, so it is what it is. We'll go again. We're 13th now. But the board only want top half this season, so it's fine. I know, Gary Neville couldn't find us a senior affiliate, which is surprising, to be honest. And pretty frustrating. Still waiting to see what Danny's final stats look like. Jimmy Knowles. 1860 Munich job might become available sooner rather than later as well. They're not enjoying having a new man in charge. Sorry, lads. That's exactly why I left. Mawuli, considered a leading Sky Bet League 2 player. I'll add him to my shortlist. See what his agent says. We'd have to get promoted to League 1 before he'd be willing to sign, and he'd fail to get a work permit. Oh, work permits, work permits, work permits. You are the bane of my life in England. The bane of my life. And Lex isn't going to be good enough anymore, unfortunately. The Cambridge save won't be coming back. No, love it. You can download it on PC if you want and continue it for yourself. Just pop the link in chat. If you want to download that save file, you can do. Che Dunkley? It's not got a... Ooh. Wages. My brain says wages. We'll offer him a trial, though. Okay, there might be some good options here, because we have quite a bit available in our wage budget. I've like 11 grand in the wage budget. 10 grand in the wage budget. The problem is, I only had to register a squad size of 20 players. I didn't realise that was the case. Do we sign Danny Bart? A horrible feeling that he's just more of what we've got, as in just a slow player. But he's better everywhere else than our other slow players. 2.5 grand a week. I can't really say no to a player that's that good. And he'd only sign for a 6-month contract as well. So if he doesn't work out, then he can just leave at the end of the season. That's a win-win for both of us, I think. That's a win-win for both of us. If he works out, great. He's earned himself a new contract. If he doesn't work out, great. He's not on the wage. He's not on the wage bill for longer than 6 months. We don't get stuck with a high-earning player that we can't get rid of. Bradford is probably a drawable game. Wrexham is definitely a winnable game, and I definitely hope we can beat Wrexham because there are some points to be had here.